We belong together. And you know that I'm right. Why do you play with my heart? Why do you play with my mind? Said we'd be forever. Said we'd never die. How could you love me and leave me and never say goodbye? When I can't sleep at night without holding you tight. Girl, each time I try, I just break down and cry. Pain in my head, oh, I'd rather be dead. Spinning around and around, although we've come to the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. I belong to you. You belong to me. Yeah.
I mean, one of the ones that you guys you made history with, End of the Road.
Yeah.
Did you think when it was done that it was going to be a record breaker, or what was your thoughts?
I knew it was a hit record for them, but I never thought of it being like a record breaker. But I knew the day that Kenny and I worked on it, we knew it was a smash. It was one of those songs that you go, damn, it's like we got one. And I don't know, the story is Kenny wanted to keep it. He didn't want to give it to Boyz II Men. And so that kind of bothered LA and I. It's like, oh my God, what are you talking about? And we needed the song for the soundtrack. People forget End of the Road came from Boomerang soundtrack. It wasn't a Boyz II Men album. It was a soundtrack. And so we needed that song. It was like the last song for the soundtrack. And Kenny decided he couldn't give it to him. And so we were like, are you serious? And then he said, well, let me record it and let's see what happens. So that night we went to the studio, and I think Kenny recorded the first verse and the hook. And he goes, okay, they can have it. It wasn't totally working for him.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God, thank you.
But how did the song come about?
Could you try again?
We needed a song.
No, how did you create the song?
It was a rainy day in Buckhead, and we had this little house that we had equipment in because Kenny lived in a high rise in Buckhead in a building where Elton John lived, and they complained about him playing music. So we bought this little house on a street called Shadow Lawn. And on this street were little houses that had been converted into businesses. You can still go down that street today and there's little businesses in these little bitty houses. So we bought a house and just literally put equipment and a refrigerator. That was it. We called it the Buckhead House. And we would go there every day to write songs because Kenny couldn't write in the high rise because it was too loud. And so it was a rainy day, got up early that morning. We knew we needed a song. And like normal, we went in there and Kenny was just kind of sitting at the keyboard and I was sitting behind him like I do in a chair, just listen, and he kind of looked back, that's kind of nice, huh? But yeah, I like that, blah, blah, blah. He'll hit a chord, oh, that's nice. And we take a break and we had this little hockey game that we would play. It was like a little, not a video game, but the actual, hockey game with the puck. So we take a break and play hockey, then we go back to the song. We must have did this all day, so probably mid-afternoon. And then finally it kind of, Kenny started feeling that melody like he does. And then the lyric. And then once the lyric is there, then I kind of really can come alive and, okay, I see where you're going. My normal, what I do. And then by the end of the day, we had it written. It was one of those songs that was really quick. And LA wasn't there. And he came in from the office, goes, I heard y'all got a smash. Let me hear it.
Who told him?
I don't know if he probably called to see how it was going.
Okay.
He and Kenny probably communicated. And Kenny always will say, yeah, we got a smash, got to hear it. So he came by at the end of the day and we played it. He goes, that's a smash. That's a smash. Kenny, that's when Kenny said, well, only one thing, I want to keep it. And it was just like, for a minute, it was just kind of that whole, oh my God. But yeah, after they recorded it, we all went to Philadelphia. And it's really a strange story because we got to Philadelphia and we got there to the studio, and I think Sean or Nate says Wanye can't sing.
What?
And we're like, what do you mean? He said, he's lost his voice. We've been rehearsing for this world tour. And we were like, well, he's got to sing. We got to get this thing recorded. We only got like tonight to get this thing recorded.
Tonight? Wow.
Yeah, it was like Wanye comes in. Oh, man, I can't sing my throat. And we're like, what? He goes, oh, the way I can sing it, I probably have to sing real loud, stand at the back. We're like, okay, stand your ass back there then. Get back there. So he stands back in the corner. We put the boom back there, and he's got this towel on his throat. And I just felt so bad for him because I knew we were just killing him, and killing his throat, but we had no choice. But all of that, what he was feeling is the pain that you hear in End of the Road, especially at the end of the song when he says, help me out a little bit, baby. I mean, I got chills on my arm because he was at the end of it. And I said, we got to keep that part. Because if you listen to the record, listen to that ad lib, he's in the most pain. And all I can remember is seeing him rocking like this with his hands on his throat. Wow. And I'm like, damn, we're killing this dude. But that pain, that's the pain and the emotion of the song. If you listen to it now. Now you're going to always listen to that song differently since I've told you that story.
Definitely.
Go to the vamp and listen to him say, somebody help me out. It's his throat. Wow. His throat is hurting so bad. And we just kept going. We kept recording until we like, okay, we got it. And we let him go. And the rest, like I said, is history.
Wow. You started off by saying no auto-tunes. And if that was today, what would have been different?
We would have fixed it with auto-tune. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a problem. Absolutely. Wow. But what would have been missing was the emotion and the feeling, because that's what auto-tune does. It takes that away. It makes it perfect, and nothing is perfect. It takes that raw emotion, even an off note, but the feeling, it takes that away, and it makes everybody sound the same.
Hey everyone, I want to thank you for being part of Halftime Chats. This new update is really about our membership, and I'm really excited to be able to fully launch the membership page. There will be things like full interviews from day one. As soon as the interview drops, you get access to it without any ads on it. There'll be some exclusive member-only videos that will just be some behind-the-scenes stuff and some other things that we will never be broadcast. For some members, you can be able to get actually 2 interviews because I do have a backlog of almost 7 or 8 interviews that I don't even know when I'm going to be able to broadcast them. So you're able to get at least some of those up front, and some just behind the scenes stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes that I have never been able to talk about or release. For anyone else, the videos will still be the same. Over a week or a week and a half or 2 weeks, depending on how long it is. So everything stays the same. The polls stay the same. The community chats, the community stuff stays the same. But I think with the membership stuff, I'm able to add a little bit more and invest a lot more time and energy in really supporting the members. So I do hope you come on that ride with me. I appreciate the support, and this will just help me continue to invest in taking things to the next level. Take care.